Hey, everyone. This is your weekly dose of A Star, and you have reached a checkpoint. As you could probably tell if you're watching the video version right now, I have no special guest this week, which is a little odd. I kind of wanted to try something new, even though I love doing interviews so much, and there will still be more interviews to come. I thought after my first 10 episodes, and maybe after the next 10, I'm just gonna have a little vulnerable session with you guys because I really do just love expressing myself to the microphone, into the camera, into my audience, and I just want to be real with y'all. So that is what I am going to do. And what we're going to be talking about today is really the ultimate self love. I'm going to also dive into the depths of expectations we hold for ourselves and just trying your best. So, first of all, self love is the single most important lesson that we can teach ourselves. Since starting this podcast, I've gotten a lot of questions about confidence and how I surpass judgment. And they're asking me, aren't you scared to post on social media every day? Are you scared of getting dislikes and having haters? And, you know, to be brutally honest, I used to be. I used to be scared. I used to be scared of judgment. I used to not want to put myself out there because I thought I would be humiliated for some reason. But now, I mean, not so much. It really did take me years of practicing gratitude, leaving toxic friendships, relationships, and really forming new healthy habits of my own to really break through those, what I like to call limiting beliefs. So, if you think about it, when I get in front of this camera and in front of this microphone, I am not worried about what somebody else is going to think when I post it because it's my account, it's my platform. And those who do resonate with it are going to show up. And I appreciate every single person who does show up for me. Um, Actually, this morning, I'm in a group chat, a beautiful group chat with the 6 a.m. Meow Meows. Go look them up. I'll link their YouTube channel and everything. And Madeline, one of my friends in the group, sent a TikTok this morning, and I was super thankful that she sent it because it was literally just what I needed to hear. It was just a girl speaking to her camera saying, how do you have this confidence? And her answer was simple. It was, you have to really accept yourself to gain confidence. Acceptance is the key. So, to find that self love that we all want to have, that is deep down inside of all of us, it takes acceptance. Accepting the fact that, some days I'm going to feel awesome. Some days I'm going to feel like I can do anything and accomplish all of my goals, but some days I'm not going to feel like doing anything. I'm going to need rest on occasions, and that's okay. It's all about just realizing that who you are and where you are is okay. And within that comes confidence, comes the fact that we are able to just live every day the way that we want to. And all of this has really helped me live every day just as calm, cool, and collected as possible. Self love is something we need to practice. It does not come easily. And it's taken me years to even get to this point. I have dreamt and dreamt of having my own podcast, YouTube channel, having a platform to speak my truth on. And now I get to live that dream because I dove deep within myself to find that self love that I needed. We all hold ourselves to such high standards, but if we can accept ourselves for who we are, it is easier to be more present in groups and to even sit alone and observe what we are going through. Second of all, I want to touch on expectations. So, whether we believe it or not, we all hold ourselves to such high standards. When we were in grade school, they gave us letter grades, and if we failed, we believed them. Recently, I was listening to a podcast that I adore called the Take It Off podcast, and co hosts Vera and Abigail kind of dive into topics that are difficult to talk about. And I respect them so highly for bringing up fears and failures because in order to really understand and find the self love we're looking for, we need to understand that fear does exist. But why? So, in the podcast, they talk about how after you leave grade school, you're no longer trying to live up to the standard of a letter grade, but you're trying to feed your own expectation. All of our expectations, standards, beliefs look different based on our personality types and even the goals that we set for ourselves. So while someone may hold themselves to wanting to make $1 million in a year, another person may just want to make sure that their family of 5 has a nice warm meal in their stomach before they go to bed at night. And that is totally okay. Whatever your idea of perfection looks like, that's what we're always shooting for. It's what holds us back in relationships as well. You may be struggling with knowing exactly how to speak to your mother or your spouse and thinking that maybe they know exactly what you need and what to live by, and but that's not always the case. Because of our idea and this belief that we have inside of ourselves, we think that they're just going to know what we need at all times, but that's not going to happen. We really need to express and take time to understand why we hold ourselves to these beliefs and how maybe we can understand them to transform them to a different reality. When we don't meet these ideals, we start to see it as failure. But the thing is, if we let it, they're not failures. We're just making small mistakes. I have started kind of saying this little thing that I'm turning my L's from losses to learning, because when we see something as a loss, it's like, oh, I didn't do it right. And we start to kind of sink into and sulk into why we didn't do it. And we start to judge ourselves, think of ourselves as the victim. But if we change that internal dialogue to a growth mindset, we can see those losses as a learning experience, a way to see what we're doing a different way through a different lens. So we all have to go through these obstacles in order to feel safe and free and to truly feel that self-love we're looking for. And all we can really do is try our finest, which leads me to my third and final point. Always do your best. Recently, I started reading a book that I was lended called The Four Agreements, A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this book is a short kind of history of a group called the Toltecs who originate in Mexico. It is an easy read, but it's also interesting because it's taking a look kind of like a case study of another group of people. So it's taken me outside of my comfort zone to really push myself in a new direction. It got me really thinking about my actions too. In the most recent chapter I read, it was all about trying your best. And this may look different in every moment. So after a long, hard day of work, our best is going to resemble a different best than when we're refreshed after a nice morning routine. So when you're comparing the way that our best is in every different moment, all we can really do is make sure that we're trying to be the best version of ourselves at all times. So this looks like not doing too much, not going over the top and not doing too little, not sitting in front of the TV or phone all day, but really just finding that what I like to call the happy medium. When we find this happy medium, we are able to just be okay with where we are in the present moment. The past doesn't matter, the future doesn't matter, but as long as we are continuing to accept ourselves and breathe through the moments, we are going to find much more happiness. When we try, we still may fail. But the beauty is that we are given a new chance every single day to keep going and to restart. New opportunities await us, and we can take actionable steps to still try our best. So, to sum it all up, we may have these limiting beliefs that drag us down in our day to day routines, like doubts, fears, shame. But these are all feelings that hide us away from that self love that's deep down inside each and every one of us, to be ready to escape and live freely. We hold ourselves to these highest standards each day because we are taught to believe that we must act certain ways, but in reality, all we really can do is our best each day to live a life that's happy and loving. There may be days that we do not feel like we can, but accepting those negative feelings for what they are as they come and go, and loving every feeling for what it is, will bring us to the other side, transformed and stronger than ever. So, if you are ready to step into your power, comment on this video or send me a DM saying self-love is power, and we can start your journey to becoming the best self and crushing those limiting beliefs. So thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time.